Ben sighed and held up the last card he'd received. It was encased in a gleaming metallic silver envelope that bulged in the middle. Some people stuffed candy hearts or hard candy into their valentines, so he assumed a sweet treat was hidden inside. He carefully slit the top of the envelope with the tip of his fingernail and pulled out the card, an unadorned, coal-black rectangle. He flipped it over. The backside was the same pitch-black surface, only with a few words written on it in what looked like white-colored pencil. It read, "Ben, we will be together. Wait for me. Forever." Ben shrugged, having no idea what the note meant, and shook the envelope over his hand until something dropped out. And something did drop out. A slender, delicate, pasty white finger. Ben stared at it in disbelief. A finger. He rolled it around in his palm, feeling the softness of its skin against his own. It was well manicured. Its nail, painted dark blue and filed to a neat, well-rounded point, protruded several centimeters above the finger's end. Turning it over, he examined the base, which, while uneven, as if severed hurriedly perhaps, was almost perfectly smooth. In later years, after he researched the possibilities, Ben would attribute this smoothness to a process of surgically precise cauterization. In the moment, though, it didn't matter. Nothing mattered, save the fact that the finger existed and it had been placed in his bag. He couldn't stop smiling. This was the best Valentine's Day ever. Someone liked him enough to send him something like this, something personal and extraordinary. He bent the finger, squeezed it, held it in his hand, and refused to let it go. He didn't understand what it meant or why someone had sent it to him, of all people, but he loved it. When Mrs. Flowers called recess to an end, he gently placed the card and the finger back in the envelope, folding the entire package in half and stuck it in his pocket. Returning to the classroom, Ben saw a crumpled ball lying on the faux wood top of his desk. He walked to his chair and sat down. Giggles drifted up from somewhere a few aisles away. Something inside of Ben, something deeper than his heart or his stomach or all the gooey, bloody parts he couldn't name, collapsed into a spiraling chasm. He didn't have to pick up the crumpled ball to know what it was. He didn't have to flatten it out and increase its edges to know that it was a valentine, that Garfield was on its front, and that a thought bubble containing the words, "Let's cuddle," floated above the rotund feline's head. He also didn't have to open it to know that on the blank interior he had written the following: "Monica, I think I love you. Maybe, if you want, I could hold your hand in recess. I'm not sure if you like me, but I hope you do. Okay, Ben." He wanted to cry. He wanted to run from the room and never face these people again, least of all Monica. But he didn't. Instead, he rubbed the finger resting cozily in his pocket and tried to imagine forever.